Hey guys, Edward Araujo here again, President and Founder of Texas Consumer Credit Services, and just wanted to get on tonight really quick and talk about something that I get asked about a lot and I hear different things about, and that is why, if you saw on the title there, why do you have so many different credit scores and which one is the right one? So I'll probably wait for a few people to jump on here because I've got a couple of questions for you guys. So when I do a lot of these classes, I like to ask, let me fix this here really quick, who knows their credit score? So I know in this group, it should be realtors and mortgage lenders, real estate professionals. So I want to ask, if you know your credit score, okay, if you know what your credit score is, put a thumbs up in the comments. Okay. If you don't know your credit score, then obviously don't put anything. Now, if you know what model it is, for example, if you know if that score that you're thinking of in your head, if it's FICO or Vantage, then go ahead and put another thumbs up there. Okay, usually in the class we have people raise their hand and keep it up. Okay, now, if that credit score that you're thinking about, if you know if it's Vantage 3.0, Beacon 5.0, TransRisk, Imperium, if you know what specific model or version it is, then go ahead and put a thumbs up, or at this point where we have people keep up their hand, or if they don't know what version it is, put it down. So, have you ever had a client that came into your office and they said, I know my credit score. It's a 620. I checked it on Credit Karma. You send it to the lender, or you are the lender, you pull it, and that's not what you pull. Right? And they get mad. Sometimes they're saying you're lying to them or whatnot. Well, it's not that there is a wrong score or a right score, and I'll explain that here in just a bit. What happens is that there's different scales. Okay, there's different versions of your credit score. There's hundreds of them. So for example, if you go to the store and you step on a scale and you weigh yourself and the scale says 150, okay, and then you go across the street to another store, you weigh yourself and that scale says 140. Did your weight change at all? Probably not. What changed was the scale. Okay, and it's the same thing with your credit score. The information inside of your credit score is the same, but it's getting measured on a different scale. So for example, if you go the same day and apply for a mortgage, a vehicle, and a credit card, you're going to get different scores across the board. Okay? And the reason that is because I said there's different versions. So for example, most of us here deal with real estate and mortgages. So for example, if you look at a credit report from a mortgage company and you go to where the scores are at. If you go to where the scores are at, you will see the actual description. And most mortgage credit reports that we see here locally in El Paso, or really even nationally, Equifax you'll see says Beacon 5.0. Experian has Fair Isaac version 2, and TransUnion has Risk Score Classic 4. What that means is that that's the specific version and model they're using. So they're using a mortgage industry enhanced model and the version, those ones that I just mentioned. So what happens is that's a different version than what you went to go pull on the credit monitoring side, a different version than what your credit card provider gives you online, a different score than from when you went to apply for that car the other day. It's going to be a different score. Okay, so none of them are wrong. They're just different scores. So people always ask me, well, which one is the right one though? Which one should I monitor? And the answer is that it depends. The right one is going to be the one that the lender is using for whatever particular thing you're trying to purchase or qualify for. So the right score when you're trying to qualify for a mortgage is the score that the mortgage lender is pulling, right? The right score when you're trying to qualify for a credit card is the bank card 8 score, for example, that particular credit card is using. The right score when you're applying for a utility may be, most of them are using FICO 8 or FICO 9 now. So what happens is all your information is the same again, but they calculate the score a little bit different. So for example, a credit card issuer may be a little bit more concerned or put a little bit more emphasis on how you manage your utilization ratio. And if you've ever missed any payments on your credit card, a car dealership may hit you a little harder for late payments on an installment type loan, on a vehicle type loan, if you've ever had a repossession. So that's why you'll see different scores. Now, general rule of thumb is, for example, when you're working on, or when we're working on someone's credit, your score will vary. Now, it shouldn't vary drastically. I mean, you're not going to go to a dealership and they're going to pull a 400. You're going to go apply for a mortgage and they're going to pull a 750, right? It should vary. I mean, we've seen it vary 50. I mean, I've actually seen it vary more than 50 points. But usually it shouldn't be that much. But all still, the same things still apply. If you pay your bills on time, you keep your credit card balances low, you know, you and manage your credit right, it should improve on all models. But I just wanted to get on real quick and talk about that because I do get asked that a lot, especially when clients come to us and they say, you know, I pulled my score at Credit Karma, this is what it is. I went to the car dealership, they lied to me, or the mortgage lender, or they say I'm ready to purchase a mortgage because I pulled my online credit report through freescore.com or whatever it may be. Okay, just remember that the correct score is going to be the one that particular lender or whatever you're trying to apply for is using. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I just want to talk about that real quick. I want to try to do a lot more of these just shorter little videos, just bringing different information on different things I get asked. And as always, if anyone has any questions, leave them in the comments here. I'll try to get back to them. Or if anyone has any questions right now, let me know. So another thing real quick, and people ask me a lot of times, well, how do I find out that credit score? And it's really difficult. Mortgage lenders have a credit report provider, and they're pretty much the only ones that have permissible purpose to pull that type of report. But you can go, if you know they're using, for example, FICO, which the majority of them are until Vantage catches up. You can go, for example, to myfico.com, and what will happen is they're a little more expensive. I think I checked a little earlier, and they're $59.85, and you can pull various versions of your credit report. So they'll have FICO 8, FICO 9, FICO Classic version 2, mortgage score, vehicle score, credit card score. So that's probably your best bet as to getting as close of a score, if not the exact score, that maybe that mortgage lender is using or that credit card company is using. And that's myfico.com. Most credit monitoring services, for example, the ones that our clients use a Vantage 3.0 score, which is basically, and it's a consumer report, and it will vary a little bit, but again, it's a lot less expensive. You're looking at about $21.99 a month. So again, if anybody has any questions about credit scores, always feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to ask questions here in the forum, and I usually try to answer as many of them as I can. So again, guys, thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you later.